jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, A-Side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know WCS is back in the building. Big shout out to Mike on deck. I see you. Haynes Legacy on deck in the building. What it do, Haynes? How you feeling, brother? The OG Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more on deck. Bud Gun Stop Canelo in the building. Salute at WCS in the chat. You already know. Appreciate those of you that pulled up. Yeah, I want to just talk about the current state of affairs on what's continuing going on with Terrence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez. Look, I guess the T's are matching up, man, because Bud was in Teofimo's backyard and he was on demon time. And I have all the freaking thumbnails that you need to start this off. Terrence Crawford pulled up and he was looking for some Teofimo Lopez to prove what his pop said. Lopez Sr. said that Teofimo hit hard without the gloves. Without the gloves, y'all. Crawford pulled up on the scene just to talk, I guess. I think he was trying to communicate more so physically than verbally. Real talk. Terrence put it out, say, at Teofimo, now you said you'll fight me for free, right? Them was your words, not mine. I guess Teofimo was somewhat under the influence of whatever it was that said he'll fight Crawford for free. If that's indeed the case, we can understand why he's about to sue Top Rank. If he's saying he'll face the best fighter in boxing for free. There may be some other deal, some other situations going on with his team and all that. But whoever's listening, that's a part of Teofimo's team, including the YTC, you know what I'm saying, wagon pushers, you know what I'm saying, narrative pushers. You need to make sure that he understands what free means, because he mentioned that to Crawford. Also, Terrence Crawford said, what store? I'm in your city. He was in Teofimo's city looking for him. Like I said, he was just there to communicate, talk, converse, you know, try to get some clarity as to what's going on with all the disrespect online. I told people, you know, this is working out for the better good, you know, from what people think. Now, it seems like, from what I'm seeing and from what you're going to see coming up in these freaking screenshots, is that Crawford is atting a certain individual. So that tells me that he's really, you know, serious about going in there beating Teo up. You know what I'm saying? He's really about this becoming official potentially in the future. And you're going to see that Teo is trying to throw some dates out there. Could they be working together? I don't know, man. When it comes to things like this, trying to sell a fight on the YTC ain't never really made a fight. The good thing about this is on X. So we don't know what the track record is on X, but you get a lot more leeway over there on X. People like myself and many others tend to screenshot. You know what I'm saying? But this was the next one. It said Teofimo Lopez replying to Terrence Crawford. Vegas is not my city. Also, you ready to fight February 2025? So if I'm not mistaken, it's in October already. So if you're trying to get in fight camp throughout the holidays, he must be fully committed and dedicated to go through the holidays enough to get that weight off so he won't be on fight week trying to run up mountains. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about fighting February 2025, and you know well as I do. That's about a solid 12 weeks. But internal to those 12 weeks, what do you have? Thanksgiving, Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We already know Crawford stays in the gym and stays fit. But I don't know if Teo is quite the disciplinarian to hold himself accountable and understand the magnitude and severity of stepping through the ropes and staring across the square and finally understanding that this is a memorial service. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he understands how that's going to feel with him. Damn, Pops. I just feel like something was in my drink. I feel like I'm sluggish. It doesn't feel right, man. I feel a little tingling sensation, chill bumps. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. I'm itching for no fucking reason. Yeah. Anybody that want to believe that Teo and you want to start getting behind Teofimo as if he has a chance, if Crawford wasn't adding Turkey Sheik, I would say, I don't think this is going to happen. It's bullshit. It's just garrulous talk at the end of the day. Boxing banter. But Terrence Crawford responds, okay? He's saying, I can do that, right? Is that what they want to see? You and your daddy? So he asks Turkey Sheik on this. Turkey Sheik is the basic, the conductor to this monetary train that Crawford has. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that can put the paperwork together administratively and make some things happen. But we also know that somehow, some way, Teofimo reached, put it out to the public that he was suing Top Rank and all that, which I said don't make any sense. And if you understand anything, you understand that Turkey Sheik is in the process of partnering with a lot of these promoters, damn near all of them, the premier promoters, right? So it leads me to this. If Teofimo is basically mentioning a date, February 2025, could this be the final fight on his card, on his contract that he's trying to make? Also, to be able to get Turkey Sheik to get on board with making this fight. Now, being that Crawford added Turkey Sheik tells me that he values Turkey Sheik for being on his side, but now I think they're actually trying to make the fight. I would have look. I'm totally against. I'm totally against it. Even I'm absolutely against the fight, but I'm not against the ass whooping. I'm against the fight because I would definitely want Crawford to continue on his quest to be 3-time undisputed. But I truly don't know what his manifesto looked like. I don't know if he's serious about entertaining Teo, and I really don't know if Teo's serious about having this fight as the final fight on Top Rank's contract. But if you pay attention, if anybody can make this happen for Teo's last fight on his contract, where Teo makes more money than he would if he was fighting with Top Rank inside the U.S. footprint, it's a smart move. You know what I'm saying? It's a smart move. Why? The information that he put out to the public about suing Top Rank is BS. It's BS at the end of the day. I think he just leaked some information, puppetizing the media, like I always say, very, very keen sense of how to manipulate us, right? put the lawsuit out there. But how are you going to fight if you're talking about a lawsuit with Top Rank? Obviously, the lawsuit that you talked about is frivolous information. That's what it is. If you're trying to fight to break a million, I think now there may be some teamwork going on here. You know what I'm saying? That there may be a tandem. There may be some communication going on here. I don't know. I see what's going on X. I do. I hear it. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo replies to Terrence Crawford, "Nah, old head, enough games. We lacing up to fight. The people want to see you put me on a stretcher. So what we doing February 2025 at Turkey El-Sheikh?" So both of them was adding Turkey El-Sheikh. And Turkey, he's not anyone to play with. I don't think Crawford would add Turkey if he really didn't want this fight. But it seems like both of them are adding Turkey El-Sheikh to make this shit happen. So it leads me to think, is Sebastian Fundora fighting somebody else? Is the 10 days still like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we playing freaking phantom tennis? Are we up here serving up freaking shit that don't matter on media anymore? Just think about what I'm telling you, right? Think about it. Sampson was allegedly, supposedly extended the negotiations 10 days. That's ticking. Now all of a sudden, Crawford and Lopez is going back and forth, and Lopez keep throwing out a date in February. So we know goddamn well a unification match is much more important, or should be more important, to Terrence Crawford to fight Fundora, even if they're even trying to make the fight happen. Because if that negotiation doesn't go to purse bid and they come up with an agreement, all this Teofimo talk is just BS at the end of the day. It's just a whole saturated roll of toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all, bro. Because there's no way that he's going to fight Teofimo and then fight Fundora. That's going to be a fight that happens mid-2025. And why would Teofimo have priority over Fundora? It doesn't even make no effing sense. So something ain't connecting. Something isn't connecting, and I don't like it. Seriously, I don't like it. This is Terrence Crawford at Teofimo. Where you at? Let's talk it out. So he's sitting in a top-ranked gym, and he's using American Sign Language. For those of you that's been living enough past the critical period of learning and now have met adulthood, you understand what that finger means at the end of the day and the beginning of the next. That's all I'm saying. You know what that means. It goes on to say, you live here, right? Let me see what kind of bananas you got over there. So that's the caveat to what the comments that Teofimo made, of course. He said, which one get to the bananas first? See, I don't want to fall off the common path on what I know about Teo. I've told you all several times before that Teo is excellent at manipulating the media. I've stood on code with that. He's extremely excellent at staying on code with manipulating the media. Both of these boxers, Crawford and Lopez, is adding Turkey El-Sheikh. So to me, I'm saying to myself, he wouldn't play around. I would assume he wouldn't play around with El-Sheikh, who has more important things to do. But then I'm thinking to myself, Sampson granted the 10-day extension. What is up with the extension if they're talking about adding Turkey El-Sheikh to potentially fight in February? Something ain't adding up. 3 + 2 = 7. Let me see. Is a plus sign or X? It's a plus sign. So 3 + 2 is 6, right? You talking about a plus sign or a multiple? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they trying to confuse people, and I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna feel some type of way if this becomes a freaking. If I find out this is a game, because I don't like trying to speak on the conspiracy theories that happen in boxing media so much. It's a waste of effing time. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a waste of time. Teofimo say, replying to at Terrence Crawford. First off, ain't no Diddy over here. Secondly, you only want to fight in the streets because you don't want no one to see me beat you. Crawford versus Lopez is the modern day era of Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. Now, that is hilarious. For him to compare himself to Roberto Duran, excuse me? Do you consider Roberto Duran to be Mexican? What do you consider him to be? I can pull up some information for you, T.O. You know what I'm saying? If you're just talking about in a sense of, WCS being petty, yeah, I can see Terrence Crawford making you say no mas. See that? You're right about that if you really want to think about it. I do see him making you quit. For real, I see him making you quit. Not the other. Not the other. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to think it is, not the other. You ain't going in there beating Crawford, period. But if you want to talk about the no mas, I can see you quitting. I can see your dad throwing in the towel. I can see that. But my whole point to my listeners, I want to ask you this question. Do you believe they are in collusion to try to see how much energy this picks up in the streets? Because look, this has happened before with boxing. Do you believe this is a topic that is being driven? You know what I'm saying? No driver. This is all electric. This topic is all electric, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is the Elon Musk special. Do you believe this is one of the driverless freaking vehicles of media that is out there trying to see how many of these boxing passengers that they can get to follow along on this topic, to give it some freaking sting? Because there's a lot of people talking about, Teofimo and what he's been saying and the back and forth between him and Crawford. Do you think this is still genuinely both of these fighters don't like each other and they're just trying to pretty much sell it? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to raise the stock value up in the eyes of the media. Do you believe that is what we're experiencing right now? In other words, what I'm trying to say, do you believe you're being played with? Either way, it don't bother me as much, but it's a little conflict of interest with the 10-day extension and then Teofimo saying February. There's no way that Crawford's going to fight for it anytime soon in 24 and then turn around and fight Teo February. Waste of fucking time. Terrence Crawford say, if I need a payday, I would have took the notorious MMA 2-fight deal. Don't you think? Y'all people say anything to come up with some crazy stuff. And Canelo can fight whoever he want to. If our fight comes to fruition, then it would be. And see, I like that better than anything with him adding Canelo. It kind of gives you an entire summation of what this thread is about. They added Turkey Al-Sheikh. Of course, he's in freaking communication with Teofimo Lopez. And also he added Canelo Alvarez, which that's the fight what most people want to see. Even though they keep on, attempting to downgrade it to economy when it's a first-class fight. This is a first-class fight. They keep on trying to put it in the luggage department because they don't want to see it. They don't want those results, man. It's not like, look, you got a lot of people that's just willing to follow along, with the fanfare that they believe is cool and trying to shoot down this fight every time they get. But most of the boxing fans, in my opinion, that's hardcore fight fans, they would definitely like to see how this fight plays out. Why? Because it's a lot of people want to see Crawford take his first L. And they feel that him stepping up to try to challenge Canelo Alvarez is a huge undertaking. It's a little bit more than they feel that Crawford can fulfill. I think it's the biggest fight in boxing right now. I think it's like space and earth when it comes to the gap of comparing Canelo to Teofimo Lopez. It's that far apart. Yes, there's some people trying to jump on board and say, if Tio want to fight, man, come on now. I mean, you know, you want to talk about if so and so want to fight, why don't Bud fight him? Because you all have written the script. You've put the info out there. You put all these titles in the index, and all this shit that you wanted Crawford to do before he fights Canelo, but yet you have Teofimo Lopez, who's trying to fight Crawford 2 divisions higher, and you all are on mute. Y'all are up here extremely quiescent in this whole topic. Y'all are silent. They don't want to get behind T.O. because he just haven't shown that he can fight on the level of a Crawford. They just waiting and see how it plays out. If this fight has any freaking traction to it, right, then you'll see people coming out the shadows and saying, oh, it's really happening. And then they're going to do just like they did with Madrimov. You start having Americans switch over and trying to come up with all these statistics and all this freaking the tell of the tape. Let me give you the tell of the tape. Let me give you the reach, the height, the knockout ratio. Let me give you the stance. Let me go fight for fight and tell you the fighters that stand up. Let me go over the resume. Let's look at the body of work. They'll try their best to try to sit up here and now boost up Teofimo's 135 unification, undisputed in the franchise belt era. And they're going to sit up here and pull out those same violins with the strings hanging out. And they're going to say, damn, I can't shit. Crawford, his resume ain't better than T.O. His resume ain't better than T.O. I mean, that's all you hear. They still trying to bring up some resume. Oh, this resume is resume. Forget everything he's accomplished. A lot of these cats can't even tell you who Alexander Usyk beat at cruiserweight. They can't even tell you. Outside of Tony Bellew. You know what I'm saying? Who did he defeat? Who challenged him? Chase Witherspoon. No, that was heavyweight. Derek Chisora. Nope, that was heavyweight. Oh shit. Was Anthony Joshua ever at cruiserweight? No. Oh shit. Okay. Makabu? No. No, he wasn't in the picture at that time. No. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't go through and tell you some important names that they deem relevant when Usyk was at cruiserweight. But on demand, they would quickly say that Crawford resume isn't the way it's supposed to. It isn't anything special. He didn't fight nobody. So forget the 2-time undisputed. But yet when it comes to a Nui, right? Who do they mention? They mention one fighter also. You know who they mention? Come on, drum roll. Nonito Donaire, the future Hall of Famer. Yeah. They mention they give Nonito Donaire. So if you have Nonito Donaire and he is one of the primary names that you remember from an in a way freaking resume, then don't feel no type of way when you know Crawford has Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? He has He has Errol Spence Jr., who's on the pound for pound list. Just like you have Better Beef and Dimitri Bivol. They're both on the pound for pound list outside of the top 5. Let me go to the chat right quick. Key on deck. No gloves. Bud want to fight for real for free. Teal won't payday. Yeah, we understand that Teal definitely want that PD. You know what I'm saying? He want that payday for real. That's exactly what he want. I want to see either fight. Okay. It's Monday. Bud gonna stop Canelo. Say he want to see either fight. So he say he want to see Fondora or Tio. Damn. I guess the holiday spirit kicking in already, and we got people sipping on eggnog, y'all. We got Bud gonna stop Canelo over there sipping with some extra in his eggnog. He ain't just eating a goddamn stock. He done added some of his stash in the eggnog. He wants to see Tio instead of seeing 3-time undisputed Quest. Now, I don't know exactly where your coordinates on this, right? I don't know what priority that you have, but okay, let's just say he fought Fondora first. It's still Tim Tszyu and Baccarin is about to fight. So the fight for 2025, let's just say Crawford fights Fondora 2025. He will have to fight 3 times 2025 to get the fight with Teofimo Lopez. Like, let's just say he fought Fondora and Tszyu, and he want to fight Teofimo Lopez near the end. I think that Tio will have to take a different, another approach, being that he's trying to sue for 1 fight left on his contract. Him throwing out February 2025 tells me that something ain't adding up. Because if he was trying to sue Top Rank for 1 more fight, that 1 fight is going to be February 2025, and Tio's trying to get a payday, like Bud gonna stop Canelo said. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Total International. Salute. WCS and the hottest chat in the YTC with Global, baby. We're global. Yes, sir. Appreciate you pulling up all the time, man. Shout out to B-Mac. The Mac Mob is in the building. The MACKMOBB is on deck. What's good with it, bro? Salute to you. Great live you did tonight, man. I was over there on Spaces. I was doing double duty, bro. But shout out to the Mac Mob. Definitely go check him out, man. You know what I'm saying? Check out B-Mac and the Mac Mob over there. You know what I'm saying? Talking that boxing. Shout out to CJ in the building. What's good? FTO Aside Show, as we call it in Oakland. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like them adding Turkey Al-Sheikh, they're trying to make this fight happen. If I didn't see any adding Turkey Al-Sheikh, I would say, okay, T.O. is just talking, but it seems like Bud and T.O. is trying to make this fight happen. And I'm curious to know what weight it's going to be at. I just don't see Canelo giving up free tickets. He don't give up comp tickets to the big dance, bro. Like now what am I talking about? Let me back that. Let me recant my last, as you were. Canelo do give out comp tickets. It's just that I said that he don't give out comp tickets when he does is how much I remember the last fight. Like, he gave Edgar Berlanga a comp ticket. He did. Jaime McGill, he's a 2-division champion, though. Jaime is a 2-division champion now. But, he's fighting. Jaime McGill fight 15 times a year. By the time, and look, Jaime McGill, I don't think he's out of his 20s yet, I think. By the time Jaime McGill retires, this dude's going to have the record of a Roberto Duran. He's going to have freaking 80 fights. For real, this dude fought 3 times. Look, how do you go in there with Canelo and fight and then have a fight only mere weeks later? It's wild. But I can't call Homie McGee a comp ticket. I mean, I can call Abdi Yildirim a comp ticket. I can call Canelo and Gennady 3 a comp ticket. You know, I can call Mel Charlo a comp ticket. I don't agree with T.O. being in the, even though he's a 2-division champion. I'm just looking at the weight classes. If you look at Canelo comp tickets, these fighters, majority of them was in his division except Mel Charlo. That's my only thing, bro. Mel Charlo was just a fill-in. He was a substitute. He was a pinch boxer. They had to put a Charlo in there. Luckily, their parents had 2 Charlos, man. You know what I'm saying? So in order to make this freaking contract work, they say, hey, can you step in for your brother? All right, cool. And you know it's going to be tough. You know, per the contract, that box right there. You know what that is? Yeah, I know what it is. It's 1 complimentary knockdown. Okay, however you want to do it. Don't make it look too easy. But, you know, you got to give Canelo 1 complimentary knockdown per the comp ticket. All right? And then you get a goddamn medium popcorn and a motherfucking soda when you get back to the locker room, okay? All right. Don't fuck it up now. Shout out to Mr. Golden in the building, the OG on deck. I'll see you in the building. Shout out to the boxing queen herself has entered the building. Jessica on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you. ITC boxing to you. T.O. was shook. And that's the reason Boots don't say Bud name. Well, one thing I will say, I didn't see ITC on here. Oh, okay. Shout out to ITC boxing, man. I don't know how I skipped over you. Salute to you, man. The apostles in the building on deck. Omaha's on. You know what I'm saying? One love WCS. I told people Terrence Bud Crawford is the candy man of boxing. Say his name and he's pulling up. Now he's in T.O. City and T.O. scared to drop his location. I know, man. That's some raw, unedited, G-checking type shit right there. I mean, hey, didn't his dad say T.O. punched pretty hard with no gloves on? Huh? Didn't he say that? He said T.O. punches pretty hard with no gloves on. And Crawford said he want to do it in the streets. But this is what I gotta say, Gooch, right? Do you believe Crawford and T.O. are now really combine their levels in this sport, their professional presence, right? Do you think they're working to see how much energy is given to them fighting in a way? They'll get Turkey Al-Sheikh to see if he want to bite on this. Because like I said, don't you get a little bit confused of the 10-day extension by Sampson, but yet T.O. is trying to say, let's fight February 25th, and they're both adding Turkey Al-Sheikh. So which one is it at the end of the day? Are they in negotiations to prevent a purse bid? Or T.O. and Crawford trying to fight in February and Turkey Al-Sheikh understands what the play is? I'm curious. Which one is it? It's becoming scribble at this point for me. I'm trying to decipher what I am listening to, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to decipher. Sampson just gave a 10-day extension, but yet T.O. is talking about February 2025. We know goddamn well February is a short window for a Crawford and Fundora to fight and then go in the fight camp, stay in fight camp. And that's just, come on, man. That doesn't make any sense for me to even go through the whole scenario. I'm wasting motherfucking oxygen. They said he gonna fight the other twin in May, Canelo or Duck. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't find Canelo in that because Mar Charlo has been on that list to fight Canelo for a minute. And even though he came back and fought Jose Benavidez, he was supposed to fight Canelo instead of Mel Charlo. And he was hoping his brother, who he came up there and gave a hug to, can go in there and represent the Charlo family and pedigree the way it's supposed to. And goddamn it wasn't to be. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't to be. Because he was a runner, he's a track star. You know what I'm saying? He was a runner, he's a track star, and he just didn't lay down. You know, he didn't represent the family pedigree, the legacy, like he should have. So now, if Mar Charlo is finally going to get the contracted fight, I can't say that's a duck because he's been the one that was supposed to step in there anyway, but he had personal problems. Bud is not going to put any money in Bob pocket. I don't know if it's going to be all about Bud putting money in there. This is going to be a Turkey a Sheik type of decision making right here because both of them added Turkey. So we know that Turkey has the money. It's just all about if he wants to entertain this fight. And I'm guessing, will the fight be over here in the U.S. to maximize? Will it be a Vegas fight? Can it be a Vegas fight? I think it can. The truth be told, I think Crawford and Lopez can be a Vegas fight. I think it can with Turkey El Sheik funding it. I do. I think it can. But it does no good unless you're just talking about guaranteed money, because I don't see Tio getting paid that much money from Turkey El Sheik. I know he can get his highest payday, but I don't think he's definitely not going over to get no 10 million for no Crawford fight. No, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. I don't see it happening, yo. I don't see Teofimo Lopez breaking 3 million. I don't see it. That's just me. And now it may be some cataracts that's clouding my vision on this fight, but what would mostly benefit these fighters would say the U.S. footprint. You know, put the pay-per-view out there, promote and sell the fight. Of course, with Turkey El Sheik, he's going to bring out some Gotham City Marvel comic type shit. But having it over in Saudi, I don't know, man. I don't know what the pay is going to be like for Crawford or Teal. I don't know if that's the location I want to see this fight happen. Do I really want to see it happen before Fundora? No. Point blank period. I don't want to see that shit happen before Fundora. You know, I want to see Crawford go in there and try to, you know, continue his quest for 3 division undisputed. But also, I would definitely like to see Tio go in there for his memorial service. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely like to see Tio step in the ring with somebody on the level of Crawford. And I hear people up here talking about Tio fight to the level of his opposition. He ain't never reached this level, goddammit. So you can say that shit all you want. He ain't reached nobody this level. Not even Lomachenko can prepare Tio for the Crawford. I tell you that. I mean, Lomachenko is quite small, and he ain't as strong as Crawford. And we don't even have to go there. We're not going to put on those freaking gold headlights like they love to do and boost up Lomachenko. I'm just saying it's nothing he, you know, for 12 rounds, nothing he learned in that fight to prepare him for Crawford, period. It sounds all good for people that's up here trying to say, oh, he levels up his man, get out of here. Level up to get knocked down. Fight the power. You know what I'm saying, Tio? You better walk up to that. That's the only way you can get the crowd into it. Come out with Public Enemy, fight the power. Do that. That's a suggestion for you, Tio. He said, W says, I just don't know, but I just hope to see Bud at the end or beginning of the year fight Fundora. Yeah, I want to see him fight Fundora for another title too. Definitely before Tio. Tio shouldn't have it this easy just to, grab Bud's attention and say, yeah, make a controversial racist statement. And then all of a sudden, he's getting all this traction and activity out here on X. And, people like myself and many others are out here talking about it. I think at this point in time, I guess fighters that's on the highest point, you know what I'm saying, they're able to be selective. They can check their own boxes, I guess. But I understand your point there, Gooch. He said he will fight Bud for free. Yeah, he say that shit now until he know what free look like. Who gonna pay for his fight camp? He gonna pay for that shit out of his pocket. If he was gonna fight him for free, then guess what? He wouldn't be complaining that he haven't made or exceeded $1 million in a fight. So there you go. At the end of the day, talk that shit if you want to. Talk that shit if you want to, man. Teofimo lost to Cambozo. Bud steps on Tio. Yeah. I just hope when it comes to the list of priorities, I hope Fundora is higher on the list than an easy Tio, because Tio's coming up to division, and this will be an ass whooping. This would just be an ass whooping. But Tio is gonna try to. This is what's gonna happen. I can paint the picture for you right now. God damn it, I can be Picasso shit on a Monday. This is what Tio is trying to get. He's trying to get a boost off Crawford's name, just like the fighters that stepped in there with Tank, the Isak Cruz, the Roller Romeros, the Ryan Garcias. They trying to get a boost off Crawford's name. That's what Tio's trying to do. Tio's trying to hope that he can go longer than Errol Spence Jr. If Bud Crawford agrees to carry him, right? If he can go longer than Errol Spence Jr. coming up 2 weight divisions, take the L, right? Take the L. You know what I'm saying? And then take that momentum and hopefully it can carry him over to getting bigger fights, because now he has a freaking Terrence Crawford on his resume. Look, it's the same dynamic that I mentioned before. When Terrence Crawford moved up to fight Madrimov, the bullshit they was talking about that they didn't respect when he was at 47, they started to highlight that shit. But the was in a cloud of criticism. They were saying he was knocking everybody out at 47, but he didn't get Madrimov up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the same shit with Tio. Tio talking all this shit about Crawford's old and all that. He go in there and take this L. He going to be like, yeah, you win some, lose some. I stepped up 2 weight divisions to challenge the champ. I knew it was going to be tough, but hey, you got to challenge yourself to be great. In the words of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther, you know Tio, right? He always want to go back in Black history. In the words of Rosa Parks, when she made the decision. Shut your ass up, man. All he gonna try to do is say, I dared to be great. I couldn't get it done, but I did make it longer than Spence. Or Crawford may allow him to go to the, get him a complimentary Canelo freaking comp ticket. Crawford may allow him to go the distance. To say, hey, he might let the boy live. He might look, Crawford may take him the distance and punish his ass, dog. Just when you think Tio is out on his feet, Crawford may do a Ennis and back up and get against the ropes and act like his arms are heavy. And his legs are heavy. Arms sweaty, armpit hairy. Baby oil dripping. I mean, hey, Crawford may goddamn take him to the 12th round, man, to punish him, dog. I don't know what the play is. I don't know what the effing play is, but I just know he's looking to grab some momentum from Crawford's name. I mean, Tio has to know. He has to know that he ain't winning that fucking fight. He has to know. He has to know he ain't winning that goddamn fight. But if he can go in there and get past what Spence went out or whatever, have a decent showing, and they throw in the towel, it's not gonna look bad as if he gets flatlined like Fundora. It's not gonna look as bad. If he get the towel thrown in, they gonna say, "Oh, we live to fight another day." That's my son. My son say he want to fight Crawford. We got the Crawford fight. He dared to be great, just like Lomachenko. Lomachenko was scared, and my son stepped in the ring and he gave him a fight of his life. We went up here to beat Crawford. We couldn't get it done. He proved why he's the best. He proved it. Now my son, he's learned from this. He's gonna be the best. Man, get out of here. I heard it before. I heard it before. All the fight fans know that my son gave Crawford the worst fight he had in a long time. He even did better than Madrimov. Yeah, my son did it. Dared to be great. You know how Lopez Senior gonna come up there. My son's always challenged himself. He fought a Lomachenko. Yes, Mr. Senior. You have mentioned that 22 times already. But I just want to let the people know. My son fought a Masayoshi Nakatani. Taller, longer range. He beat him up. He stopped Comey. He beat Long. Yes, you said that. This is the 36th time you mention it. But, you have to look at it. He was on a pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. This shit's going to get old. He's going to be up there trying to boost up that T.O.'s did with Crawford. Crawford go in there and murder this cat. People will start, getting even more angrier with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? If Crawford goes in there and terminates T.O. quickly, get him up out of there, they're gonna say, well, that's what you're supposed to do. They're gonna expect Crawford to give Teofimo the concierge Canelo service. You know what I'm saying? Carry him like a piece of luggage into the latter rounds, because now it's business. You've accomplished everything. You're a Hall of Famer, Crawford. Give T.O. the concierge service. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want you to do. Let him live, but beat him up. Give him a nice whooping, but let him live. I don't know if I want to see that, man. I don't want him to let T.O. live, because T.O.'s gonna take that and say, yeah, he was knocking everybody out at 147, but look at me, I came from 40 up to this weight class and I didn't get stopped. No, I don't want to hear that. I want him to go out just like Chris Colbert did when he was on the front end of Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo. Yeah, I want him to go out like Chris Colbert got there. I want Crawford to have T.O. sounding like he got sleep apnea. For real. I don't want to hear no referee count. I just want to see the hands waving and calling the ring doctor. That's all. I don't want the timekeeper to be involved in this shit. I don't need none of that. I want T.O. over there sound like he got a acute case of sleep apnea, goddammit. Somebody find his machine. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Bud ain't gonna get no credit for goddamn stumping on T.O. He ain't gonna get no credit, yo. He's not gonna get any credit. My son is great. He went the distance with Steve Clatchett. You know what I'm saying? My son, he always takes the best fights. He ain't scared of nobody. I love my son. Yeah, we talk shit to Crawford. But Crawford knew my son was serious. My son's the best. He's about to retire now. A star was born. Even more now because Crawford passed the torch. They're going to start talking about that torch passing. He passed the torch to my son. Now it's my son. He has to carry the torch and take over boxing. And that's what we plan on doing. That's how I see it playing out, bro. Because he go in there and terminate freaking T.O. early. People gonna be like, man, this is what we expected. But if he carry T.O., just like Floyd Mayweather carried Conor McGregor, you know what I'm saying? Just like Tyson Fury carried Francis Ngannou, just like Otto Wallin carried Anthony Joshua. It's been some freaking, some carry-on luggage in boxing. Yes. It's been some agreements made, just like Canelo carried Mel Charlo. Seriously. I mean, I guess it's a business arrangement. At the end of the day, this sounds like a business arrangement to me. And when we don't know what's being said on the private phone calls, the sidebar conversations, the table talks. We're not there. We're not privy to the information. But just like when freaking Isak Cruz went the distance with Tank, what did they say? Well, Isak, you did what a lot of fans didn't think was capable. You're only the second fighter to go the distance with Mr. El Chin Checker himself, Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank, what do you have to say about it? Is it fair to say a star was born today? Yeah. Tank is just thinking about, the green check he put in. Yeah. You say so. Yeah. A star was born. You know what I'm saying? Cruz got a lot of momentum coming off that fight. I think Teo is trying to do the exact same thing because Crawford's on his way out the door. He's trying to have a pass the torch type of fight, even though it's not going to be the torch passing that comes with him being victorious over Crawford. It's going to be the torch passing like, we're going to hand you this candle and you need to walk down that dark path. Okay. Now we only giving you a candle, but you're gonna experience some motherfucking pain at a certain part of that path. But you're gonna see at the end of the tunnel, they're gonna cut the lights back on for you. All right. They're gonna give you some smelling salt and they're gonna get your back right, and you're gonna have to see the goddamn doctor. You know the deal. But yeah, we're gonna give you a candle and walk you into the mall of the night, but you're gonna experience some freaking difficulties. Okay. 12 rounds of them if it goes that far. T.O. ain't gonna get no torch off Crawford's name, y'all. But shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game, man. Make sure y'all hit the playback. You know what I'm saying? I should have assigned the playback. Let me see. Can I go over there? I don't think I can. No. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Let me see. No, I can't. But make sure you hit the playback on this. I dropped all the tweets, the new tweets that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Via X. I think Crawford sent one more. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Let me see. Let me forward it right quick. Let's see if I have it. Yeah, I'm gonna forward this one last tweet. I'm not saying this is the last one from the thread. What I am saying is this is the last one that I screenshotted from the phone. You feel me? So let me let you take a look at this tweet. It's from Crawford. And he says to Teofimo Lopez, I'm done effing with you. At Teofimo Lopez, I done gave you enough attention. And boy, did he get him some attention. You look at let me go down from 1 through 9, I believe. They both was giving each other attention now. This is in order. Those of you that want to screenshot these freaking, that's why I didn't put my watermark on them. You know what I'm saying? If they trying to promote this fight, These are all the recent tweets going back and forth between Bud Crawford and Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Bud is in Teofimo's backyard right there, giving you some ASL. Those of you that grew up know what this ASL meant. You know what I'm saying? Majority of communication between human beings, 65% of it damn near is nonverbal. And we all know that right there is an absolute recognizable nonverbal cue, goddammit. You live here, right? Let me see what kind of bananas you got over there. Damn, that's just savage. That's just savage. You think Tio actually goddamn try to goddamn, test him? Do you think Tio goddamn went on that night run that he usually do? I don't think he went running. I know he probably had a run left in him. And Crawford started dropping them motherfucking tweets out there. And Tio goddamn took off his sweats and shit, went in the shower and chill. Pops, I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep it in today. I'm just gonna chill. You get a little change of weather out there. Felt my throat getting a little itchy. You know what I'm saying? No, I know why you're in here, Tio. Don't let him do you like that, Tio. I've seen the tweets. Come on, we built different, Tio. Go out there, let him know you're training. Don't let him put you in the house. Don't let him lock you down, Tio. His dad was trying to motivate Lopez, man. Come on. This is what we do. I'm just giving y'all the tweets that have been making their rounds today. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you pulling up once again to the Hot Crease Chronicles EP 407 over 2024. Do you copy? Quest 3-time undisputed. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.